Hi everyone! In my time zone, it would be April 1st, meaning it's Inanimate Insanity's 13th birthday! Woo! It's old enough to use YouTube now! And now that III has concluded, I thought to make a very quick video ranking every II episode in a tier list as a celebration. I would make a more in-depth review of each episode, but this is honestly a very last-minute idea, and I'm unavailable this weekend as I'm writing this. So you guys will have to bear with me for this one. For this tier list, instead of ranking by letters as you normally see from F to S, I'm going by scores out of 10. Personally, it makes more sense to me to rank episodes this way. I'll be going off of the official Inanimate Insanity Complete Series playlist. Now let's start from the bottom.
I hate this place!
This is barely an episode. All I can say about it is that I think this was the first reveal of Idiotic Island, Adam the character, and Apple, and also all the other failed debuters of the show. I wonder where they are nowadays in the universe. Honestly, yeah, this is also barely an episode as well. I'm pretty sure they admitted that they had stuff planned but couldn't animate it all within the monthly deadlines, which is understandable. It doesn't excuse it though.
Oh my god, that was horrible!
The video error in the middle of it was funny, albeit unintentional. Other than that, this episode was meh. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of early season 1 episodes with low scores, which we all know at this point.
What's feces?
I would rank it lower, but for its cultural impact, it's at least better than the last 3 episodes I mentioned. It was just funny that they somehow got the VA of Chris McLean in the episode somehow, and that's all I have to say.
Sorry, dude. I just couldn't hold that one in!
This was alright for a continuation of episode 1. Taco's sparkles line and the censored swearing with JB's face definitely caught me off guard, but what took me out was the infamous nickel tree scene. Still gives me many questions to this day.
Amazing dodging skills, go!
OJ stops being a silent character, which is cool, but nothing much else to say about this episode, because honestly, it is pretty short, so Besides all the implied cannibalism, kicking Balloon out of spite, and the poor Halloween theme, at least we got Miphone 4S, so that's why this episode gets a 4 out of 10 for me.
You brat! I wish Santa took you with him.
Even with the audio delay in the middle of the episode, it was alright. I mean, in the end we got Yuri and Yowie, so that's better than nothing.
None of this makes any sense.
It's cute that they acknowledged how bad it was at the start of the season. Also, I really liked how Bo performed in the contest even though she puked from nausea afterwards. That's really it.
You don't understand! I am nothing without my citrus!
Lightbulb getting a sort of leader-like role was really cool. I really wish we saw more of that beforehand. Even though overall, this episode was pretty okay, but from this point onward, these are the episodes where I actually enjoyed them a slight bit.
Chainsaws!
Lollipops!
Chainsaws!
Lollipops!
Chainsaws!
Lollipop!
I can't believe they predicted Squid Game! But hey, this was their comeback episode after their hiatus, and improved animation! Hooray! 4S is back! Yay! And more yaoi! Yeah!
Salmonella.
Despite it being mostly filler, it was cool to hear everyone's perspective on each of the final 3. And this was the only time Miphone transferred his consciousness to another device. We never see him do that again, and it's kind of funny. I like the action and comedy in this episode, though I still wonder where the debuters went. I mean, clearly they didn't die because in the 10-year anniversary poster they got updated assets, so where are they? I still need answers.
Put that cookie down! No!
I like the wordplay in the title, and the action was funny. And the way that 4S's other lock screen image is Hello Kitty is also hilarious.
Hi everyone, I'm here with something that will make you really cool.
It's Bo's birthday episode, yeah! The comedy was great in this one too. Even though the singing bit in the end is hard to sit through, I still ironically danced to it. When are we getting a redo of this song, eh?
Yeah, the bomb.
Bo joins, yay! But also Toko Paper also joins, so yay! The contest itself was short, but hey, it was still funny in some parts.
Hey, Marshmallow! Welcome!
I'm surprised they decided to let Apple stay over Marsh though. But other than that, it's interesting how people thought Paper's whole arc was based off of Mike from TDI Revenge of the Island, despite it being written long before that came out. Though, something tells me this arc was inspired by some other media. I can't point my finger to it.
Hey, can we leave this crap fest yet?
Enjoy the action and writing of this. Nothing much to say, honestly.
Ow! What happened?
And here we are, the epic taco review. Ooh. That's always fun to rewatch. Bo and Miphone's deaths, plus 4S sacrificing himself for Miphone was crazy. Also, I guess this means Miphone is just in 4S's body from this point forward, which I know Miphone probably lies awake at night thinking about. Also, the character credits sequence was so cute. I wish they did that in the end of III.
Kaboom!
Speaking of III, jump scare. Bet you didn't expect a season 3 episode to be ranked quite low. But honestly, compared to all the other episodes in season 3, in my opinion, this was the weakest cause nothing much happened besides a bit of drama here and there, so...
You can't let it get to you. Oh, God!
Well, another season 3 episode ranked pretty low? Wild! But for real, the episode didn't have a lot either, except for some cute and funny moments.
Just give all the balls to me.
Finally, we were on season 2 territory, and for the first episode of the season, it was pretty solid.
People like you make me sick.
Jokes were great as usual, and I'm glad that they redid the infamous nickel tree moment from season 1 but fixed it. I bet Trophy later on being interested in photography was thought of after he got eliminated, which is funny. But also, I wonder how Apple feels knowing that the egg she brought back started an entire arc for Fan that'll last for the entire season. But knowing her, she probably doesn't think of it that much. This being the most viewed video on the channel is crazy. I guess because it has that classic II charm to it, though having the gong play when yin yang separated was questionable, but other than that, it was a pretty great episode.
How does it feel to suck so much?
Well, you would know.
Do is such a strange character. To be honest, I feel indifferent towards him. At least he gets bored in the end or whatever. Overall, decent episode with fun moments.
Death! Let death be your punishment!
A great filler episode that shows that honestly, from this point onward in the show, things are gonna get real. I love Balloon's whole story arc and his talk with Suitcase, and obviously the taco reveal was awesome as well.
Here comes paradise.
Ooh, we jumping into season 3 again. Well, for the first episode of the season, this one does a pretty decent job setting everything up, and it was nice to see the old characters getting along with the new ones. And of course, this season stars the greatest will they won't they in object show history.
Yes, I'm an egg.
This is the shortest episode of the season? Wow, I didn't realize that till now. But at least it had a few good moments, like the OJ cameo, and test tube tango, and Box being gone. Hooray! Also, we get more moments from a certain duo.
Good luck in development. Yeesh.
How did Saber Spark get in this? It's also funny because I'm pretty sure while it was being produced, I emailed Saber a video idea about reviewing object shows, and he saw it and replied to it too. The stars honestly aligned for this collab to happen. Anyway, the episode was funny, I liked the live action bits, and it was nice to see Bot's journey to self-discovery.
It can't be.
The lighting in Indefinite Island looks cool, and it was nice seeing the eliminated contestants again. I was also happy to see Cabby rejoin. Nothing else, it's just a pretty good episode.
Greetings and salutations!
Look, I know how weird this looks. I mean, ranking a first part to a two-part finale in this way? It sounds really strange considering the stakes that were being set up, but honestly, it pains me to say this, but compared to the others, I have to admit that this one just didn't exactly strike me. Don't get me wrong, there were parts that I liked, like OJ just being there, and Nickel being the only one to want to vote for Balloon at first, and Fan's quick little talk with Bot. Oh, and Blueberry calling himself along with Silver utter alphas is the best thing ever. But other than that, I have a lot of things to admit. One, I don't really like Springy. Not because he's so evil, but he just mostly confuses me. I'll explain more in the episode he's introduced, but in this episode in particular, he was just frustrating mostly. Especially with all the side characters coming out of nowhere, and also the Inner Flame Candle bit was like really slow for some reason. I just wished it was a bit more actiony, because like considering how much was at stake, I'm surprised at how slow it was going. And for this to be the penultimate episode, It unfortunately didn't get me really hyped up for the finale all that much, but I mean, that was a lot. I mean, anyway.
Loony balloonies!
Wow, Loony Balloonies! Yeah! I enjoyed this episode because honestly, I liked seeing the little creatures flying around, and the challenge is a good throwback to season 1. And there are cute and funny moments too, but yeah, there's not much else.
I want the pizza now.
We're getting to the good levels of enjoyment now. Whew! This episode's really funny. It had great jokes, great moments, great dynamics between the characters, though I will never forgive anyone that voted Trophy out so soon. The writers clearly had plans for him, and y'all threw him out before he could do anything. And some of you all even refuse to believe Trophy isn't the same person as before. My god, that whole arc was written when they were all like preteens, over 10 years ago by now. It's not that serious. Ha!
Kill yourself?
Boo's back, yeah! As a ghost, yeah! The TBH, overall this episode is great. There's nothing much else I want to say that I haven't already said.
I'm gonna sue you.
Honestly, a very enjoyable episode with lots of good moments, especially the song and the knife and pickle couch scene. Also, the number sequence on the room key OJ is holding is awfully familiar.
But I'm probably.
I remember watching this episode for the very first time, and when Mike snapped the cheeser like that, I literally went, whoa, when did it get real like that? And that was when I first started to get seriously invested in II. I also remember laughing so hard at the rice joke too. So many good bits and scenes in this episode. It's up there as like one of my favorites for me emotionally. Also, I was a fan of Steve Cobbs' original voice actor at the time this was released, so if only he made a video about it or something, I probably would have known about II sooner, but oh well. Again, good episode.
Oh please, nothing's predetermined.
At this point, I'd be repeating myself. I really liked this episode as well. It really felt like every character had something to do, and I really appreciated it. Also, the song in the end is peak. This episode came out on my birthday, so I have a pretty big bias for it, and the episode is also great too, obviously. To have the episode start at the end of a challenge and only focus on one team is something I never seen before in any object show ever, and I love it for that. My favorite team was already the Thinkers beforehand, but this episode solidified it for me. We get one of the funniest bits, which was the "you are cordially invited" transitions, and also Candle's inner flame reveal was amazing. And of course, OJ also living, breathing, and speaking. And yeah, I know he immediately got eliminated after those, so shut up! Why does the elimination button look and sound so familiar to me?
Baby host, wah wah!
The title is the funniest thing ever, despite it being ironic. And yeah, I enjoyed this episode a lot. From Yin Yang being able to front individually to the iconic moment ever. You know the one. Awesome episode. I love it a lot.
I was never dead to begin with.
The reason this episode is ranked so high is because of Blueberry alone. He's honestly one of the funniest characters ever. And anyone who thought his personality changed out of nowhere clearly hasn't seen his first exit interview. Blueberry honestly carried this whole damn episode on his back, and that's why it's up here.
Please, no more takedown videos.
Now, for a finale, it really wasn't that bad. Let's start with the stuff that I liked. Honestly, the Saber Spark jokes were very funny. Fan and Test Tube showing slight guilt for creating Bot in the first place, Cabby standing up for herself, and Forrest's comeback, Cabby winning, Nickel and Balloon will always be peak to me, but the scene with Candle and Yin Yang is awesome! I'm so happy that Yang has fangs, but also Yin blushing? Hello? And especially the ending when Cabby gets her library and Miphone teleporting away with season 2 music playing in the background. I love it. Now for the other parts. Did not care for Springy whatsoever. And even with whatever walkie-talkie had going on. I also wished Forrest had red coloring instead of Miphone's blue. Also a bit disappointed that Candle was revived out of nowhere with no explanation as to how. And also OJ not even uttering a word. We were all robbed. Overall, besides some dips, most of the episode I pretty much enjoyed, so don't worry about it.
This not in files, but is in life.
The card tower being obviously 3D is so unintentionally funny to me. The only gripe I have with the episode is how ugly the Oscars awards looks. I'm sorry, but I have to admit it. But other than that, I love the antics that ensued, and I love cheesy Paper and Courtney cameoing even though they weren't actually there. And Silver blushing when thinking about a scenario where he saves Candle is so wild to me. Cause like, Jesus Christ! And the dart challenge bit was also hilarious. And we all know what happened at the elimination. Need I say more?
It was never real between us.
This was an episode that nearly broke me. We all know what happens in this one.
Fantastic!
Let's get to the positives out first. It's the longest episode in the season. I love a good throwback to earlier seasons. And I love that each duo had all like one person in their minds. Like Candle and Test Tube and Suitcase. And yeah, we all know which scene absolutely broke me. Okay, we don't need to talk about it yet. Now on to Springy. His existence just frustrates me. Like, who even is he? Where did he come from? And why does he glitch a lot? To me, he just feels like someone that came completely out of nowhere for no reason other than to give this season a main villain of sorts. The only thing good about him is his voice. I like the whimsically deranged vibe he has, but other than that, I just do not care for Springy. I just don't.
Now that was a close one.
I mostly placed this episode this high because of the whole general writing standpoint. It's really good. I like that even Paintbrush's VA thought that when they talked about Lightbulb, it was their partner. It's funny. And Cabby's whole talk with the floor is great. And speaking of the floor, I love how they showcased his powers. I always found him to be a really interesting character for that.
Everyone, Nickel. Everyone died.
Love a good body swap episode. Though I wish that the voice actors just impersonated each other rather than the voice swapped along with the bodies. I mean, come on. When you swap bodies with someone, your larynx doesn't magically come along with it. But other than that, I love the bot reveal, even though it has questionable origins.
No! Casa de Globo!
I know it's an odd choice to have this episode be ranked so high, but I remember how I felt when I watched it for the first time. And the writing was great, good jokes, but especially the end of the episode with the elimination scene and the scene afterward. Bot taking out the thing in their head made my heart jump out of my chest. You just had to be there.
Oh, this is it. The life of a king.
I hate to admit that this is my favorite episode of III because I have so much to say about it. Blueberry is the funniest character ever, I'm telling you. God, I love his energy. Truly, there is no other Object Show character like him. Like, I still can't get over this bit. Like, why did he do that? To Fan, of all people? What did Fan do? Why did Blueberry want him dead? One could argue, no, he just wanted Fan to shut up. Look, he put his fingers across his mouth. Well, how he did it wasn't the right gesture. If you wanted someone to keep their lips sealed, you'd use 2 fingers as if to zip someone's lips up. But no, he used his index finger. He wanted Fan dead. He's so funny. He does one-handed push-ups while reading a book. He's just always on that grind set, only for him to be immediately eliminated after. It's so funny. Meanwhile, I only wish that when Balloon deflated, he became more airheaded. That was a weak slap. Anyway, that scene with Nickel and Balloon in the rain makes me want to scream and shake the screen. Don't tell me that the scene looked like it came out of a romantic movie where the couple argues in the rain and they reconcile with a kiss. Don't tell me that it didn't look like that. 1,000 likes and I'll make a video completely on Nickeloon's entire arc alone.
Her loss.
Now we've reached my final 4 favorite episodes of II. And I'm sure you can tell by now, they're all season 2 episodes. It's no surprise, so let's just get this over with. A lot can be said about this episode, but I don't really have the time to write it all down concisely, so I just want to say great writing, the drama, the song, and the iconic Grand Slam's elimination. What else can I say that hasn't been said already? It was just that intense.
You Jeebweezer!
I love a good timeline tomfoolery plot. Also, we all know that scene where Taco reached for the portal thinking about taking under their chance, but why exactly? It's also really touching that Lightbulb was Paintbrush's question the entire time. And even though the salt and pepper we mainly saw was an alternate version of them, it was interesting to see them again after so long. It also got me wondering what exactly happened to everyone else in the universe. Like, are the original cast living in their spa and hotel? Did our season 2 newbies never exist? Where did the Infinity cast come from? And where did it go when they get replaced? Also, what's Pepper gonna do now that she essentially killed her BCFF? I guess we'll never know. It's also funny that they kept Chris's original outtakes from all those years ago. It was a nice touch. Anyway, the rest of the episode was great as usual, especially the iconic paintbrush coming out scene. Honestly, Paintbrush and Lightbulb's relationship, romantic or not, is one of the sweetest things I've ever seen all the way till the end.
Last time on Inanimate Insanity.
I loved every single thing in this episode. Fan's intro, the monster arm in the cave from season 1 actually being a robot, Miphone's flashbacks, everyone interacting with one another. So many good scenes. And the last 5 minutes of the episode honestly speaks for itself. Every time I hear Fan's monologue in the end, I shed a tear. It's so good. It's so good. The episode is so good. But honestly, we all know what my favorite episode is gonna be. No surprise, this episode is most people's favorite for a reason. All the writing is peak, phenomenal. Test in this episode was amazing the entire time. Not a single moment was wasted. Every scene mattered. The whole Prime Shimmer reveal and backstory was also insane and beautifully animated. Fan's whole speech was heart-touching. God, I love this episode. The Testim's death and taco reveal was also fucking crazy. Can't imagine being in Fan's shoes witnessing all that. That must have been horrifying. And how could I forget the iconic Mike and taco scene afterward? Thinking about it even gives me the chills. The way the episode ends also is just the icing on the already perfect cake. I so look forward for season 2 to return and find out what happens in the finale. Anyway, yeah, that about wraps up this whole tier list. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And as usual, hit the subscribe button, hit the like if you enjoyed it. Again, 1,000 likes and I'll make a video compiling Nickel and Balloon's entire arc together and also making commentary on it. And also comment any other video ideas you want to see me do next, okay? And that's all for now. See ya!